Hi everybody! Remember a couple days ago I made a video about that guy who wanted to pin a mass shooting on Fox News getting mad at Taylor Swift? You remember how stupid that individual was for that, because all you have to do is wait for more details to come out and you would see that Taylor Swift played no part in this other than donating her own money to the victims and the families of this tragedy. And that's a good thing. Taylor Swift did a great thing, and for some reason this guy wanted to say, oh, it was those evil people at Fox News and all the conservatives because they had such a disdain for Taylor Swift being seen at the Super Bowl. Guess what? Bunch of celebrities went to the Super Bowl. Oh, boo-hoo. Kansas City is just that good of a football team. And yes, when you have a celebrity dating one of the players, that person is going to show up more than you would like. Is it reasonable? No. Is it annoying? Yes. Do I have to live with it? Probably until they break up? Absolutely. But guess what? She played no parts in this mass shooting other than being a kind-hearted individual who wanted to give some money. Well, of course, if you watched that video, you know that that guy got banned, obviously, because a bunch of people saw that and said, hey, this dipshit is spreading some hateful nonsense. Get him out of here. And he got banned. But now he's back and he wants you to know that he's fighting back against all you evil conservatives by going to Rumble just to spout the same shit.
Okay, so I have a little bit of an announcement. TikTok's reporting system is a complete fucking joke and way too easy to abuse. All people have to do is just mass report you from their fake accounts, and if you don't catch them quick enough, they stack up and the algorithm bans you. That already just happened to me. They gave my account back, obviously, because they can still see that it's a bunch of fake reports, but it's just fucking getting annoying. It's been years of this. The freedom of speech crowd can't handle the things I say, so all they do is camp on that little report button like the fucking snowflakes they are. So I'm gonna take a little play out of their own fucking playbook, and I have switched to Rumble. That is where I'll be posting a lot of my content. There is a link to my Rumble channel in my bio there above this video. So yeah, go ahead and click that, follow me on Rumble, because that was a place made for these people who want to have a safe space to speak freely, yet they come out and report everything they don't like. So you know what? I can fucking do it too. This is why we need to vote these fucking MAGA people out of our fucking country.
Now, obviously, no free promo, because I don't really consider you someone who's intelligent enough to hold a platform where you could have intelligent thought. But I just want you all to know that the reason why we're making this video is because he's back again to explain the whole fanfare about why he got banned and whose fault it is. And yes, it is fucking hilariously terrible.
Okay, so I want to go in a little bit more detail about the video that they posted about me on Libs of TikTok that was originally a TikTok video that I posted until Libs of TikTok posted it, and then all of their little freedom of speech fans came and mass reported my channel into oblivion.
This is not an uplifting story. Turn the fucking cinematic music off.
After I found out about the shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs thing. And I speculated. I didn't know who the perpetrators were. I just knew that these right-wing nutjobs have been worked up into a frenzy over Taylor Swift and Joe Biden rigging the Super Bowl, that based off of the information that I did know as fact, I speculated and assumed that it was some right-wing nutjobs that did it.
Let me give you this as a reminder. The facts at the time were mass shooting at Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. There was nothing else, nothing especially to inspire anyone to think all these MAGA conservatives are sitting watching Fox News talk about how Taylor Swift and Joe Biden are gonna rig the Super Bowl. None of those things correlated at the time of information out, because the information out was just everybody. There's a mass shooter on the loose at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Nothing else could have inspired any form of speculation to the degree of stupid that came out of this man's fucking mouth.
Turns out it wasn't. My speculations were wrong. It was 3 black teenagers, and those 3 black teenagers need to face some very serious consequences and be locked in prison for a very long time. And I don't normally say that, especially about black people, but if you do something that horrible, yeah, you should face the fucking music for it.
You know what, class? Let's play his game. Let's use the facts at the time to conjure up some bullshit that don't make sense. I am going to assume that you don't want to criticize black people, or you don't really say these things about how black people should be going to jail and face consequences, because you live in this echo chamber where you think the black man or the black people in general can do no wrong. And you believe anything that happens in the world, whether it be by the hands of a black person or a Mexican or any other third option, is the result of white supremacy and white bigotry, and inspiring them to sit sit in there and endow in their minds how it's somehow good to be someone who caters to the white man. Because obviously, based on the videos you upload, you think a lot of black people who don't share your opinion are a bunch of Uncle Toms.
All those Uncle Toms. Yeah, whenever minorities support the group of people that hates minorities, that's called being an Uncle Tom. There's this group of minorities that do shit like this. It's like they'll climb up the ladder and then pull the ladder up so that their fellow brothers and sisters can't climb up the ladder themselves. Yeah, so I can't stand minority MAGA people even more than other MAGA people.
And it's perfectly reasonable that you would be someone dumb enough to believe that the black man is always going to be the victim who could never do no wrong, when in reality, everybody has the ability to do fucking wrong. All you need is the thought and the action, you petulant, dumb fuck.
But now they're pushing this whole narrative and saying that I made that video after I already knew it was, these 3 black teenagers. No. Like I said, I speculated, but maybe my speculation was based off of things like this article from Axios, February 23rd, 2023. Title is All U.S. Extremist Mass Killings in 2022 Linked to Far Right, report says. And then it says right-wing extremists committed every ideologically driven mass killing identified in the U.S. in 2022 with an unusually high proportion perpetrated by white supremacists, according to a new report published Thursday. So this article obviously goes on a lot longer, and you can go Google this yourself. Just Google Axios U.S. extremist mass killings in 2022 linked to far right, and you'll find the same article. But this is not the only article like this. This is not the only news about this. So I had very good reason to believe that those shooters were MAGA people. Again, I was wrong in that assumption, but it does not change why I thought that. And also, it's not black teenagers passing all of this gun legislation, trying to allow everyone to just walk around with guns. People like Patrick Jones trying to pass this type of legislation. I think part of that for him is he's just trying to intimidate the opposition from going to the board meetings, because that's what these local bumpkins do, and that's what Patrick Jones is. He's just a fucking local bumpkin. But politics starts at the local level. And if we have local politicians trying to make it okay for everyone to walk around with guns, that's what gets up to national politics. And then we end up with mass shootings. And no, it is not normally black teenagers committing mass shootings, but they're acting like these fucking right-wing people are acting like they're happy that it was black people. They are happy, and then they feel this sense of vindication because it's been them most of the time. They're now feeling like this vindication to say the most ridiculous things. Shit like, I guess BLM matters, huh? I thought Black Lives Mattered. Like, they're just unleashing their fucking racism. I'll give you one example of the lies that they're telling about me in the comments of this Libs of TikTok post. So, Marv Ellis, he passed, and I organized the search party for him. These people know that he was very close to me. And then in some of these comments, which I'm assuming came from the locals here in Shasta County, are trying to connect me into being responsible for his murder.
Oh, so you mean to tell me you have an issue with a bunch of people spreading lies about you based on nothing but their personal feelings? Class, do we have any examples of this human being very upset and his feelings being hurt, and he's going to blame any situation he could find on a bunch of people with no actual evidence to back it up?
Thank you, fucking Fox News. I wonder which fucking side of people got their whole base whipped up into a frenzy because they were mad about Taylor Swift. So everyone locally here knows that that's complete bullshit. But it's being said about me because that's what these people do. My suspect is that the first person who put that into that comment thread was probably Dan Ramelli. Based on the way that I've seen that fucking dude straight lie about me so many fucking times, the dude who slashed his own tires and then called the cops on me for it, I think that was Dan Ramelli. But that is just one example of some of the things they're saying about me in these fucking comments. And all I did was speculate incorrectly, but I did it in good faith. And these people don't speculate incorrectly, they tell flat out lies and then double and triple down. And then I make a mistake one time and they lose their fucking minds. So all they're doing is proving my fucking points that I've been making for years. So yeah, that's my explanation for that video that they posted on Libs of TikTok. I do not apologize for it. I do not apologize for the fact that I was wrong about my speculation, because my speculation was based off of facts. And I just hope people see the level of hatred in those comments about me and the things these people are saying now that they're so happy that some black people finally did a mass shooting.
3 things to take away from this. Number 1, it's funny how he spent 5 minutes trying to explain himself while still accusing a random person of leaving a mean comment under a TikTok post. Number 2, pulling up an article skewed to a perspective of right-wingers being the mass shooters is not acting in good faith in any capacity in trying to determine who's behind a mass shooting, especially when the facts at the time were mass shooting happening in area. You had nothing to go off of but your own personal biases and fifis, thinking that you were going to be right about it, and you were obscenely wrong. Number 3, you absolutely should apologize for the bullshit you spewed, because it was nonsensical. And yes, people are going to be shocked and happy when you, as loud as you were wrong. And I'm going to add a 4th thing. It is important to shut your fucking yaps and wait for more information to come out. I understand things are juicy. I understand the need to want to be first, but let this be a lesson to everybody. You can be first and have the overwhelming potential to be the dumbest motherfucker in the room. And that's not what anyone wants. That's not what any of you should be able to seek in your life. You should aspire to be right. And yes, sometimes you have to be last in order to be right. You got all these YouTube videos all related to the same topic, and one person screws up here and one person screws up there, but then there's always that last person who gets it all right in the end. And they might not get all the views, but guess what? They get the validation of being right. And for you, you sad little man, you are an uncomfortable soul willing to be detrimental to anything you want to talk about, because you in your mind think, yes, I screwed up, but how dare all of you celebrate my fuck up, because you all have a history of screwing up in the past too. So how could you do anything to me because I am just like you? No, you're all idiots. Jumping based off of your own speculation, theories, and personal feelings never makes you right. The apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect. And the problem is, you're too much of a chicken shit who's got his tail in his ass. You don't want to just say, my bad, I got that wrong to an extreme degree. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have said that. You do not need to be adding any buts. You don't need to be adding any ands. You don't need to be adding any howevers. You were wrong. And I'm still trying to figure out, based off of all the videos you got going on, where fucking Taylor Swift plays a factor in it at all. She played no parts. Fox News played no parts. That did not work for you, and you still have not explained that. Yes, I celebrated the fact that you got banned off of a platform. I didn't ask anybody to report you. I'm not saying people should report you. I'm saying you suffer the consequences of your own actions. Spouting bullshit, spouting untrue nonsense. Guess what? The consequence will be people mad at you, and they're going to take their anger out on you because you're the one who said this shit. And if I could end the video anyway, I'm gonna end it like this. Don't be this dumb. Don't ever be this dumb. Don't ever aspire to be this dumb. And don't tell anyone that all publicity is good publicity. Because guess what? I don't want to be known on the internet as a guy who wanted to link a mass shooting to Taylor Swift. That is the dumbest shit under the sun. And shame on you for thinking that you could somehow be proud of some shit like that. Subscribe to the channel for more nonsensical people trying to sound smart, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.